Hi, welcome back to the Oral Podcast. I'm here with Isaac. You may also know him as the VP of Campus Affairs. Why don't you introduce yourself a little bit, give us a little more information?
Of course. So yes, I'm Isaac Withers. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm the Vice President of Campus Affairs for AUSU. Then what that means is I am responsible for everyone's health and well-being, emotionally, physically, and emotional. I said that twice, didn't I? In every possible way. So if anyone has any issues, please, I'm always happy for people to come forward.
Okay, very good. And so we're also going to be talking about Pride in November. The university is putting on Pride. We don't have to wait till June. We have 2 Prides this year. Yes. So why don't you talk about a little bit about that? What's going on? What can we expect? All that fun stuff.
Yes, so AUSU is putting on Pride in November, as we said, and really the idea behind it was kind of to normalize the idea that, you know, Pride isn't just in November. It should be a year-round thing, and we should all be proud of who we are at all times. And it's also to really support members of the 2S LGBTQIA+ community on campus throughout the year, as well as just in June. We don't want it to be limited to 1 month. So that was kind of the idea behind it. So we've got a lot of events coming up. I'm very excited. We have a special keynote speaker, Teddy Surratt, Ajawa Anungkwe, or Yellow Star Woman, who's coming to give a little talk about two-spiritedness, which I'm very excited for.
What day is that?
Oh yes, that will be on the 10th of November at 11. So make sure you come on down. It'll be great.
Yeah, that's good. Yes. Any other big events that week?
Yes, so we're planning to have a drag event at some point during the week. Stay tuned. Okay. And then we're going to be tabling throughout the week of the 7th to the end of that week. So we're going to have tabling with all sorts of resources for members of the community as well as allies. So keep an eye out for that as well. And we would also like volunteers for that, if anyone would like to volunteer. How
would you volunteer? How would you
of course
sign up to be a volunteer? How could you help out?
Right. So there are so many ways to help out. If you're interested in helping out, you could contact Student Union at ausu.algomu.ca. Yes. Or you could just email me at my email, which is VP Campus Affairs at ausu.algomu.ca. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. And volunteering, what does that look like? Where do we need volunteers?
Sure. So we're going to be manning the table pretty much all week. We're going to be at the table, so we would like people to come and help out with that, as well as to learn a little bit. It'll be a great experience. And then we don't have too much else for this event, but there are many other campaigns coming up as well. Yeah. Okay. We always need volunteers. Yeah. AUSU has a great volunteer base, and we're so thankful for them. So.
Outside of this Pride in November, how can we support the LGBTQ+ community on campus?
Well, I will direct people to a number of great resources for that. Yeah. There are many ways you can help out, and I would encourage you to look online and see all the ways that you can help out in the broader world and on campus. We also have here at Algoma, we have the Pride Center, which is down Shingwalk Hall by Nordic, where the Nordic Institute is. It's right across the hall. So if you're interested in helping out or volunteering, that's a good place to go. And it's also open at certain times throughout the week so that anyone who needs support can go and ask questions, get advice, get support, anything like that. We also have, we're going to be having several workshops throughout the year as well. And so that'll be great. And if anyone's curious about how to be kind of a better ally or get more knowledgeable about these things, I think a great way to do that is to come to the workshops, come to the workshop by Titty Surratt. It'll be amazing. And there are a number of groups that have workshops like that throughout the year as well. So we want to make sure that it isn't just in July.
Yeah,
Or
and
June,
just
sorry.
in November too.
Yes.
Yeah. So drag show, keynote speaker, any other?
Well, we're hoping to have a couple more events, but they
Okay.
aren't finalized
okay.
yet, so I can't discuss them.
Top secret, awesome.
It's very, very confidential, yes.
Okay.
Of course. Yes, and if you're interested in helping out with any events, it's always very appreciated.
Mm-hmm. And that's specific to the Sault Ste. Marie campus. Is there anything going on in Brampton or Timmins?
That was a good question. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
So we are planning to have a number of events virtual.
Okay.
I know the keynote speaker will be virtually available,
Okay.
so members of the community and allies in Brampton and Timmins can both join into
Okay.
that. And we're also having Queer Coffee, which is a weekly, many of our viewers probably know, but it's a weekly event where members of the community and allies can come out and just chat, and it's a safer space to just chill out and relax, have a coffee, have a hot chocolate,
Yeah.
and discuss anything. And I've had the pleasure of going to that pretty much every week, and it's a great event. So if anyone's interested in attending that, it's always a great time. And we've recently launched Pride Coffee in Brampton. We had the first one, I believe, last week. And that was a great success. There were about 30 people in and
Okay.
out. So yes, please feel free to come on down to that as well. It's kind of just starting out, so if
Yeah.
anyone has any ideas or anything they would have suggestions about, we're always open.
Yeah. And where can we find Queer Coffee on the Sault Ste. Marie campus? Where can we find it? Brampton, like where are they actually taking place? Like where can we find these groups of people?
Right. So in Sault Ste. Marie, it is here in the AUSU office at Townhouse 10, and it's every Tuesday 4 to 7 in Townhouse 10. And then I'm actually not entirely sure when the recurring time is for Brampton, but I'm always happy to answer that question. If you have any inquiries about that or anything else, please feel free to contact us at studentunion@algomau.ca.
So when we're looking for information about this stuff, does it get sent by email? I know Queer Coffee, we do get an email.
Yes.
Does the Brampton campus get an email? Like, is it something that we can look just to our inboxes to make sure that we're not missing this stuff?
Right. So, yes, it all should be. So, AUSU has committed to sending one email a week unless there's some emergency halfway through the week. So, yes, you should look for it in your weekly newsletter, and it should be there. We might not have the recurring events like Queer Coffee and Pride Coffee every week because, they're recurring events and there's a limited space in the newsletter, but we want to always have that space available. So, yes, you should look on our Facebook as well. It's often Facebook, Instagram, any of our social media is a great place to find the information.
Let's talk about the Equity Center. So the Equity Center resources, we can find it in Shingwauk. Is there one for Brampton? Is there, is it just to us LGBTQ plus issues in the Equity Center, or is it kind of anybody?
Yes, so that's a great question. So in the Equity Center, so as we all know, the Equity Center director, Marissa DeToro, is amazing, and it kind of runs a lot of different services. So that's kind of the Equity Center, as it were. So that Marissa oversees the Pride Center, the People's Garden, the Food Pantry, and the Walk Safe program once it gets up and running as well. In a broader sense, we also have all sorts of we're always welcome to provide support for any sorts of issues that people are having, any advocacy that people want to do, any supports we can offer. We're always happy to provide that, and I personally kind of am AUSU's advocacy person as VP Campus Affairs. So that's my passion. So anyone who wishes to do advocacy work, protests, anything like that, or to just have general support can contact me or come to the office as well. There's always, during our hours, there's always someone here who can help out. Yes, and then in Brampton, we have our amazing Brampton campus coordinator, Kanishka, and she can provide all sorts of services in Brampton as well. We don't currently have a food pantry in Brampton, but we're hoping to expand food security services there as well.
Okay. And where can you find
Kanishka.
Kanishka?
Yes.
Sorry.
That's all right. So, Kanishka Nijuan, pronoun she, her, in the, I believe it's the student center. There's an AUSU office up there. And you can also email Kanishka as well.
Okay.
It's AUSU Brampton, I believe, is the email. Yes. But also, if you have any inquiries, if you're in Brampton, please feel free to just email the general student union line as well, and we can direct you however you would like to be directed.
Thank you for joining us for this very short podcast, but whatever, to talk about Pride in November. It was really nice talking to you,
Yes.
Really nice getting all of the information for people who potentially need that information on campus. Thank you.